Good afternoon and welcome to BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch, presented by the Share Investors Singapore. It's the 2nd of December and our guest today is Phan Vee Leung, the founder and CIO of Track Record Asia. Welcome to the show, V.
Hey, good to chat with you again, Brian.
Now, V, before we get your insights, I want to take a look and see how the numbers are shaping up across the region. We start with crypto markets. Bitcoin is at 16,926. It's down 1.29%. Ethereum is at 1,272.55. It's down 0.86%. Now, looking across the regional equity markets, it's a sea of red. We start close to home with you. The SGX is down 0.73%. The KLCI is down 0.58%. The Shanghai is down 0.3%. The ASX All Ordinaries is down 0.59%. The Nikkei is down 1.68%. The Hang Seng is down 0.67%. And rounding up the numbers, we've got the Kospi, which is down 1.36%. V, it's a sea of red. Tell us why.
I think it's just giving back some from the strong gains that we had in the day after Fed Chair's Powell's speech on Wednesday. I think it's also just tracking the sentiment that it's going to be non-farm payrolls jobs data tonight. So in the US, so I think people are just squaring up some risks ahead of the weekend and wait for the crapshoot of the lottery of the data, right?
Now, speaking of the crapshoot of the data, what is the expectations right now?
Well, expectations is for the addition of 200,000 jobs and for last month, and also for unemployment rate to remain at 3.7, but it is likely to undershoot. I think the softening of recent data shows that it is possible that we're going to see an undershoot.
Now, Viet, I want to get your insights on your expectations on Asian equity markets, particularly in the light of Fed Powell's speech yesterday, and the fact that essentially markets are expecting now, no longer expecting 0.75% increase coming up, but more moderated 0.5%. What's your view on this?
Well, it's pretty much baked in that it's going to be a 50 basis points, which is, as you said, it's a 0.5% interest rate hike later this month, the last meeting of the year for the US Federal Reserve. That's not going to be a surprise, but I think, as you said, the Asian markets, they are mostly tracking what's happening in the global markets, the US global markets, but we have pockets of outperformance as well, right? I think what signs of life in Chinese and Hong Kong stock markets, they closed the month recovering very strongly from the lows. That's on the news of rumors and news of softening of COVID measures in China. And I think that's going to continue as long as we have more policy action towards the direction of reopening. I think we're going to see continued outperformance because they've been battered quite badly throughout the year or for various reasons, but mostly primarily policy actions from the government. I think once the government resolve to be more supportive for the economy, I think we're going to see outperformance in China and Hong Kong stocks. The Indian stock markets has been in a world of its own. Almost every analyst that comes on TV or on interviews, they are all bullish for some reason, and the most bearish person is still predicting slightly higher from here, and it's at all-time highs. Can you believe it? When the world is all struggling with a bear market, it's close to all-time highs. Today is I think, as you say, the sea of red today. Today is the futures market is slightly the stock market is slightly lower on the day compared to previous days of just mostly small up or up a lot. But otherwise, I think it's going to track the global sentiment as well as what the Fed does in the months ahead.
Now, V, final question. You're very much invested in the crypto space. Give us an insight into the state of crypto markets now, particularly the increased risk of contagion that seems to be becoming more and more apparent.
So I think there's more dominoes are going to fall. There's never just one cockroach, right? I think the problem with the crypto industry is that it is unregulated. It is run mostly by people who are new to financial markets. Of course, as adoption grows, there's more experienced people coming into the space. But as you know, most of these exchanges, they are run by really young people with no experience of what is the right thing to do, right? They're just doing, and there's no guidelines for them as well. Basically, if you made a lot of money doing what you did before when it's a small market, you continue to do what you do with it before, right? And of course, SBF, the FTX guy, was pretty much well respected by everyone. A lot of savvy investors fell for his pitch, and as a result, many crypto institutions are tightly linked with him, and they're either his lend money to him or some various financial transactions. And as time passes, we're going to see more of this coming to the surface. But it doesn't stop the fact that adoption of the technology continues to grow. We see real companies, right, like Instagram adopting NFTs. We see more institutions coming in to provide services in the crypto space, and I think that's going to continue. In the short term, it's looking really bleak, but also the global asset markets, other than the Nifty, the Indian stock markets, they've been struggling all year round. And crypto, as we know, has a much higher volatility factor. So when it went up by a lot. When it went down, it went down by a lot. And as it came off, all the cracks in the system start to show. The tide receded. We saw who were the people swimming naked. And this, in the short term, is very, very psychologically very damaging to investors and also financially, right? But in the long run, it will bring on more regulation and more the players that survive. They're going to be stronger and better at what they do as well, I think.
Now, V, as always, thank you very much for your insights. Thanks for coming on the show.
Take care. Bye.
We've been speaking to Phan Vee Leung, founder and CIO of Track Record Asia, on BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch, presented by Share Investor Singapore. I'm Brian Fernandez. This video and podcast will be on our website, www.biztech.asia, as well as our social media platforms. It'll also be on our syndication partners, TV stations, radio stations, and websites. Thanks a lot for tuning in.